at ease. As you can tell from behind me, that's a C-54 Skymaster, which was used during the Berlin Airlift. I've been drafted to help out the Berlin Airlift Remembrance Alliance. The Berlin Airlift Remembrance Alliance's mission is to bring remembrance to the Berlin Airlift, which has sadly mostly been forgotten through history. The Berlin Airlift was an event that took place after World War II ended, and Germany was split up by the Allied forces and the Russian forces, and specifically Berlin, which was split between America, France, England, and Russia. What had happened was that after the war, the alliance kind of grew cold between Russia and the Western civilizations, and so therefore Russia eventually blockaded Western Berlin to where the Allied forces couldn't bring in any supplies to the people of Berlin. And so therefore all the Allied forces, America, France, and England, got together and created this thing called the Berlin Airlift, or Operation Vittles. And what it was, I think it was I know it was at least once an hour, maybe even more than that. I think it was every 15, 20, 30 minutes or something like that. A plane was taking off and landing, bringing food, coal, supplies, medicine, everything to the people of West Berlin in order to keep them going, because the Russians were trying to starve them out so they could take control of the whole Berlin. And the Allied forces didn't let it happen. It was a massive undertaking. It was a historical event, and something that for some reason isn't taught in school or no one remembers it. But it wasn't a war. There wasn't no shots fired. There were some casualties of some planes that had crashed during the operation. But for the most part, it was a peaceful operation, but no less spectacular. The great guys of the Berlin Airlift Remembrance Alliance have tasked me with helping to keep the memory alive and to bring honor to all those guys that were a part of it, men and women who were a part of it, and worked around the clock, and for those who lost their lives as well. So that's what I'm doing. We'll be doing a website for them, as well as helping with little things to help them bring remembrance to it, and to where people remember the sacrifice that was made by these great men and women, and for all that they did for the people of Berlin at the time.